Hey everyone! In this video, I'm going to be deleting a bunch of my Bloxburg plots. I used to have $30 million, and now I don't even have 25 million. I have 31 plots to go through, and I plan to delete most of them, so let's just get right into it. So the first plot is going to be this one called 10-Minute House. So this is a plot I actually did really recently. I was building a house and just set a timer for 10 minutes. I wanted to see how far I could actually get in 10 minutes, and this is the final result. The interior is not complete at all, but it does have like the rooms and the lighting done. This house obviously isn't that good because I built it in 10 minutes, but I don't think it's bad either, and I actually really love the color theme. I am going to delete this though because I don't really see myself finishing it, and if I want to rebuild it, it will take me 10 minutes, so it's not a huge deal to delete it. I'm going to get $13,000 back from this, and the first plot has been deleted. The next plot is Peak Prestige. So this is the $1 million pre-built in the house catalog. It is the most expensive one, and I really love this plot. I'm not going to tour the full thing, but I am going to walk around a bit. I'm sure you get the idea of how luxurious this is. I actually bought all of the pre-built houses in the pre-built house catalog, which is why I lost so much money so fast. I was gonna do a video of touring all the pre-built houses, but then I decided not to because everyone had already done that video. So now I just have a bunch of pre-built houses that I don't really use. This is definitely the best pre-built house in my opinion, so I really want to keep it. However, I do have a moped in here, so I'm gonna delete that. And I'll just add that to the counter of how much money I've made. The next plot is Beach House. This one I'm probably not going to delete either. I promise I'm actually going to delete some plots, but naturally the plots that I actually use the most are going to be at the top of my list. It's also my first ever realistic build, and I just really don't want to get rid of it. The next plot is apartment layout. It's just a layout for an apartment I might use. It literally costs $2,000. I'm only getting $1,400 back. I have so many plots that are named wrong because I'm too lazy to rename them, so I'm gonna make sure to rename everything in this video. Next is the Happy Home of Robloxia. This is something I made really recently as well. It's a little cafe. I was planning on doing a build of this in the background of one of my videos, but I never finished it because I didn't like how the interior turned out. I also used the new items, and I love the fireflies so much. I just love this whole area of the build. I also really like this little dining area as well, but something feels off about this build. I think it's the roof or something. I'm gonna get 19k back, which is not bad at all. Next is Modern House. And the stepping stones do not work. So I built this for a background of a video. I really do like the layout and idea of this build. I think it's super nice. I tried to make a backyard for this and make it all cute with candles and lanterns, but as you can see, that backfired a lot. I'm actually not going to delete this because I really do like the layout, and I think I might finish it one day. But what I am going to do is I'm going to delete the backyard because it is so painful to look at. Even though I'm not deleting the whole plot, I think I'm going to get a lot back from the backyard. And now I'm finally back up to 25 million. Next is Sunflower Stables. So this is another pre-built house I bought for the video of touring them that I literally never did. I didn't know it had a little waterfall to a pond. I never actually looked at this plot fully. I really just don't think I'm gonna use it ever. I'm not a big fan of the building style. I'm gonna get 580k back from this. I honestly wish I thought more before spending so much on this plot, but at least I'm getting a lot back. I've ranted about this so much, but I really hate the fainting update, and I have show negative mood effects off, but I still have to boost my mood so I don't faint, and it's just so stupid and annoying, especially when you're trying to record a video. Please change this, Bloxburg, it really sucks. The next plot is called Garden. I made this a few days ago actually, just for a quick intro background and a thumbnail background. Other than that, there's no use for me having this plot. So real quick, I'm actually gonna record an intro background. I'm gonna get 50k back from this, which is actually really good. I don't know why it costs so much. I think it's probably the pool. Next is Loft Apartment. So this apartment was also for a recent video. I absolutely love this build. I think it's one of my best builds lately, and I think it's a really good combination of like the realistic style, but it still has like some color. And I don't love building realistic too much because I really love color, but this build just feels like so me. I'm gonna keep this one. If it was more expensive, I would delete it. Next is Fiverr House. Okay, so this plot is currently really messed up. I had renovated it a bit for winter, like there's like the snow everywhere and everything, but I never changed it after winter, so it just looks really weird. And now there's a bunch of blue, but there's still autumn decals from when I renovated it for autumn, and the colors are really different. Someone built this for me off of Fiverr, hence the name, but since I've gotten it, it has changed a lot. Look, another autumn decal. And yeah, this is the basement. There's still fall decals with the winter color theme, which looks super weird. I think I'm going to keep this one. Next is Tiny Realistic House. So I've had this plot for a while. It is a renovation of the starter home. I did this for a video like a year ago or so, and it was my second ever realistic build. I think it turned out really nice. This is the first plot I might actually regret deleting, but since I never use it and I made a video on it, I think it's fine. I'm gonna get exactly $70,000 back from this. Next is Modern Mini Mansion. I know for a fact I'm keeping this build. This was the first build I made for myself and not for my channel, and I didn't really worry about it being aesthetic or matching a theme, and I just think it turned out super well. I've shown it in a lot of my previous videos, so I'm just gonna go on to the next plot. Next is Grandeur Gourmet. I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. As you can see, this is the pre-built house that is like a restaurant or a cafe with an apartment up above. I don't love this one so much. It's super expensive for what you actually get. Like, yeah, there's a lot of room, but it's just so minimal and it feels like there's barely any decoration. Also, I really don't like the color theme of the apartments. It's literally just black and gray and white, and I just find that kind of dull and boring. I will get 150k back, which is super good actually. The next plot is going to be Cozy Cottage 1, and this is the Cozy Cottage. I got this for my pre-built video, and yeah, I've never used it, and it's pretty outdated, and I will get 12k back from this. Just 100k more until 26 million. Next is Marble Manor. This is the house built by Simply Bubbly. This is probably my second favorite pre-built house. I love the colors, and it kind of reminds me of like a 2019 build, and I really like that. It's like nostalgic in a way, and it's also like the right amount of decoration without being overcluttered. So I am going to keep this one. This is probably the only other pre-built house I'm going to keep though. Next is Bloxburg Boulevard. So this is one of the newer pre-built houses. I think it's made by like, oh, I did not mean to do that. I think it's made by Amberry or Fio Berry or one of like the berry people. I don't really know who. Well, I think it's cute. It's just way too much beige for me, and it just looks a bit too simple. Having two houses is definitely nice, but I just don't like the houses. I'm gonna get 330k back. Next is Bloxburg. Why is this fence so messed up here? This is the pre-built house made by Glossy. This house is decorated and the other house isn't. I really do enjoy the amount of space in this house, but the rooms feel like they're vastly different styles to me, and I don't really like that so much. And I will get 140k back for it. Next is Wheels and Wonders. So I think Peachy Lexi made this house, and I think it's meant to be like some trailer houses. I absolutely love the layout of all these houses. It's super compact, and she did a really good job like making use of all the space. I also really love the color theme. A lot of people make fun of aesthetic houses now, and like, you know, the linen and seashell and everything, but I really love it, especially this house with all the pink. It's just so beautiful, and it reminds me a lot of 2020. I am going to delete this though, just because I never use it. The outside just isn't that great, and I don't really love it. I will get about 100k back for this. The next plot is Contempo Court. This is a plot built by Azria, and I think the outside is nice, but I really don't like the white floor on the inside, so this one will also be deleted. I'm only gonna get 90k back for this though. Next is Rancher's Retreat. So what I think I'm gonna do, so the video isn't like an hour long, is I'm gonna be super quick with deleting the pre-built houses. I feel like a lot of the pre-built houses are good for like a pre-built house, but since they probably have like budget restrictions and everything, I feel like they're just not as good as they could be or as like player-made houses. I will get 70k back for this one. Next is Nature's Nook, and we are also going to delete this one. I'm gonna get almost 60k back. Next is Retro Revival. I actually really like this pre-built house, especially the kitchen. I think it is one of my favorite pre-built houses, but overall it's just too small. I really don't like the 1 square wide hallways, and I will get 50k back. Next is Cottage Comforts. I'm gonna get 35k back from this. Next is Cedar Crest, and I'm sure you know I'm gonna delete this one. I'm gonna get about the same as the last plot back for this. Next is Flash Finish. Okay, so this plot I actually have a bit to say about because it costed me 650k and 9,000 Bloxburgs, which is just absurd, just for one pre-built that isn't even a house or anything. And the racetrack is cool and all, but I really don't see how it's worth like 650k. Most of the 9,000 Bloxburgs is for the go-karts, which I just think is so unnecessary because you can add the go-karts on your own. There's no need to like be forced to spend that much on them, especially if you just want to have like 1 or 2. So I really regret buying this. I'm gonna get 300k back and a bunch of go-karts and other things. Now I have 7 go-karts in my inventory. I don't know if I'll ever find a use for them. Next is Heritage House. So this is the one made by the Panda Girl. This is really similar to like the Marble Manor, but it's a bit more traditional, I would say. And it's really pretty inside. I don't love the exterior that much, but I think the inside is really beautiful. I especially love this living room. As pretty as this plot is though, I am going to delete it just because I'm not the biggest fan of the exterior. I'm going to take a screenshot of the living room because I might use it for some build inspiration in the future. I'm also going to get 170k back from this. I have been going to the main menu to like choose my plot all this time. I completely forgot you can just change it here. So I've been wasting a bunch of time on the loading screen. The next plot is Cactus Canyon. Okay, so this is a pre-built made by Pita Bread, I'm pretty sure. And it's really unique, but it's definitely not my style and not something I like. So I'm going to delete it. I'm gonna get 180k back from this. The next one is Highway Hideaway. So I think this was made by Regain Riot, and I think it's meant to be like a cheap hotel or motel you would find on the side of the road. When I build and use houses, I want them to look and feel nice. I don't really want them to feel run down. And these like rooms are clearly very run down and very old-fashioned. I know that's like the point, but I don't really love that. I'm gonna get 160k back. The last plot is How to Build. So this is a plot similar to the modern house I showed you guys. It's super cheap, only 10k, and it's just a cute little modern house. I really love this plot, and I'm not going to delete it because it's literally so cheap, and I could easily finish the interior in the future. Anyway, that is going to be all for this video. I'll put how much I made from this on the screen. I think it's around 2.5 million. I'm super happy that I did this because I just got so much money back. Feel free to subscribe for more Bloxburg content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.